we go. All right. So let's start revising income from salaries. Here we go. Perfect. Guys, in this chapter, income from salaries, again, very selective. We'll just revise the main parts from an exam perspective. Before the exam, you can watch this video. You can do your revision from your written notes. And if you don't have notes, you can use the QuickBook. The link will be there. And you can solve sums and you can go for the exam. Rest assured, you will get your marks. Guys, everyone, salary chapter is the first head of income. The sections are which sections, guys? 15 to 17. Not important. I'll give you the standard deduction section here, which is the most common, guys. Salaries require one relationship, which is which one? Employer-employee. I call it master and slave. Guys, can you have different employments? Yes, part-time. And can you surrender your salary? If you surrender your salary, what happens, guys? It stops. Basically, surrender it to the government. So will it be taxable anymore? No. But can you forego your salary? Guys, when you forego your salary, it's basically you've earned it, but you're foregoing it. So will it follow you? Yes, that's the shortcut. Stops and follows. Follows means will it be taxable? Yes. Guys, salary is always taxable on which basis? Due or receive basis, whichever is earlier. They don't care about your method of accounting. That's only required in PGBP and IFRS. Here, whichever is earlier. And for salaries, guys, you only need 6 letters that are SAP, which is the income, and SEP, which are the deductions. Let's start revising with the deductions first. Guys, all this right now is great because you've just finished it. But imagine every time you want to revise it, opening salaries will be a big task, not knowing where to start from. This is the starting point, guys. Yes. So SEP are the deductions. Guys, the first one is a standard deduction. The section we can write down later, but it's 16(1)(a). What is the section? Every person in India gets a standard deduction of how much, guys? 15,000 per annum. Do you need to spend any money on this? Nothing, guys. No expenditure. You get it just similar to house property 30%, guys. Do you remember that one? This is just the copy of that, but it is 50,000 per annum. The next one, guys. Entertainment allowance deduction. For this, what allowance should you get? And where should that go? In allowance, guys. And you will get a deduction only which employees get it, guys. Government slaves or government employees get it. It's a least of the following three, guys. First, amount received. Always, guys, this is the first one. Second, 20% of B. You know what is B, guys? Basic salary. And third, guys, it's a very disappointingly small number, which they call statutory limit of how much, guys? 5,000 per annum. That means your deduction can never be more than 5,000. So your 50,000, your 5,000. And P is what, guys? Professional tax, you will get a deduction only if it is paid. So this is like municipal tax. Paid during which year? Current year till 31st March. If it paid in 20th April, then next year. What if it's paid by master? No problem, guys. You will get a deduction even then. That's a great thing. And guys, generally it's about 200 rupees a month. So roughly around how much, guys? 2,400. But they will give you in the exam 2,500, 400, whatever. And if it's paid by the master, is it a perquisite first? Yes. Will you add it and then you'll minus it? That is your step. That is done. Remember section 16(1)(a) because that will be the only section which is important here. Next, what is this? Guys, just like our meals and just like many other things in life, the salary have different parts to it. First part, basic salary. What do we call it? Will it be taxable? Yes, everything is taxable, guys. Next, DNS allowance, which forms part of retirement. What do we call it? D, which does not form part of retirement. What do we call it? OD. Everything is taxable, but only this DOD is used in calculation of salary. Next, commission. If it's a percentage, what do we call it? And it's fixed. What do you call it? OC. Guys, how do you know it's fixed or percentage? In the exam, they will give it's a percentage of this amount. So then it's percentage. Otherwise, guys, it is OC. Besides that, can there be bonus? Guys, special about bonuses. Do you know how much bonus you're going to get? No. So bonus is taxable on what basis, guys? Whenever you receive it. And besides that, can there be wages, remuneration, etc.? Any other amount, guys, whatever name called, can it be taxable? Yes. Under which letter? Salary. Which room will you open? Salaries, and you will tax it there. Next is allowances. Guys, all allowances are exempt. False. All allowances are taxable. Allowances are like pocket money, guys. Is that true? Some employers give you a lot of allowances, while some employers, like your principal maybe, will not give you any allowance. So it's very subjective. And guys, allowances, first, what do you do? A for allowance, A for add. Blindly in the exam, whatever allowance, transport, city compensatory, tiffin allowance, medical allowance, servant allowance, whatever allowance, what will you do? add. And then guys, you will look at a sentence called HRA can demotivate and hurt heartbeat. And if it belongs to this sentence, will you get exemption? Yes, let's start from the top, guys. HRA. House rent allowance is given to you so that you can pay your house rent. In this, guys, if what will it be added first? An exemption will be least of the following. First, amount received, whatever HRA you received. Second, rent paid or payable minus 10% of salary. Excellent, guys. What is salary? B, D, C. Basic. D, which is retirement, and C, which is percentage. And third, guys, 40 and 50% of salary. 50% only in case of how many metros, guys? Unfortunately, Bangalore is not a metro. So Mumbai, Delhi, for this calculation, Mumbai, Delhi, Calcutta, and Chennai. All right. So whichever is least, guys, can you minus it? But condition is you have to take the house on rent. What if you've not taken the house on rent? Allowance you will get. Excellent. No exemption. Allowance you will get, but no. Guys, this is the second one where you have to remember the section. I'll be very selective with which section you need to remember. 10, 13A. Are we okay with this, guys? So two sections till now. Can we write it here? 16, 1A and 10, 13A. All right. Next, guys. Guys, will you get other allowances? Conveyance allowance, daily allowance, helper allowance, uniform allowance. Please repeat, guys. Research and tour and transfer. All these allowances, when you get, what do? Add. And what do you minus? Amount spent. Guys, in the exam, if they don't give you amount spent, don't assume it. If they don't give you anything, what is the amount spent? A big zero. And guys, in conveyance, from your house to office and back, will it be included? No. All right. Next, guys. These are all on spent. What is this? Heartbeat is fixed. All right. Great. Guys, children's hostel allowance. You can get anything, but exemption will be only 300 per month. For how many children maximum? Can you have 5 children? Good for you. Allowance, 5 children maybe, but exemption. Next, guys, E. Education. How much is that? 100 per month. Again, how many children, guys? Next, B. Blind, deaf, mute, handicapped people, guys. They, humanitarian ground, whatever allowance they get for traveling, how much will you exempt? 3,200 per month, not per annum, guys, per month, which is great, guys. 3,200 per month. And last, guys, sorry, second last, A. Area based. Some areas are difficult, like Siachen, like border, tribal, underground. So then will you get an allowance? You will add it, and how much will you minus, guys? A specific amount which they will give you in the exam. And last is T. Transport sector employee. Example, TT, pilot, air hostess, all of these guys. Will you add the allowance first? Amount, how much will you get minus? A or B, guys. One is 10,000 per month, or B, 70% of the amount received, whichever is less. If you forget less, guys, remember these are exemptions. And this entire series is section 1014. Guys, what is the exemption? 1014. That's the next section because it's entire series. So section 1013A and section 1014. Are we done with allowances? Yes. Guys, besides these, there are some allowances which you don't have to minus 100, 300. Entire thing is exempt. For how many judges? 2 judges. UN abroad. Shortcut is 2 judges. UN abroad. So guys, when judges get any allowances, let's say they get 1 lakh, how much will be exempt? Full 1 lakh, not 100, not 300, fully. UN employees, whatever they get fully. And guys, remember our friend abroad, the guy in France who's working for whom? Indian government. Said Indian citizen working abroad for government of India. Again, guys, how much will be fully? We've done this 7 allowances before also. Guys, these are allowances. Besides this, any other allowance, fully taxable, guys. No exemption, no deduct, no minus. And we come to the last bit, which is called what, guys? Perquisites. Let's discuss this, everyone, very quickly. These are also called perks. Are they benefits? But unfortunately, they are in kind. So will you have to value them? And once you value them, which room will you open? And will you throw them inside as perquisites? Will it be taxable? Yes. Let's start, guys. First perquisite. Clubhouse. Whatever is paid by the master, is that the benefit? Yes. Next. Credit card. Credit card, whatever is paid, except unless it's official, guys. Unless it's official. Next, guys. Any gas, electricity, water also, but any liability, guys. Any liability of whose? Slave, paid by whom? Master. Will it be taxable? Yes, perquisite. Next, guys. Gas, electricity, water. Who's enjoying this? Slave. Who's paying for it? Will it be a perquisite? What if you're working with a gas company? Then cost. Not cost to other company, cost to them only. Next, guys, beneficial interest. Sometimes can you get a loan at a very cheap rate from the master? You compare it with which rate, guys? SBI rate on the 1st of April of that year, which is 2022 for your exam. Then in that case, you'll find out the beneficial interest, multiply. Be careful of the number of months. In that month, in that year, how much benefit you got? Will that be a perquisite? Yes. Except 20 medical. That's the shortcut, guys. That means up to 20,000 aggregate outstanding. Will there be any interest? No perquisite. And medical loans, no interest, no perquisite. But guys, medical loan, if you get the money from insurance company, let's say you get it today, 11th October. By when do you have to pay it? End of the month. If you don't pay it from the start of the month, it will be considered as a perquisite. You will calculate interest. Next, guys, holiday. Guys, if you go to holiday to Kashmir and your boss pays your hotels, perquisite. But what if your boss is only Taj and you're staying in a Taj hotel? Charged by similar hotels. Next, leave, travel, concession. Guys, in a span of 4 years, the government says you should go for a holiday twice. But why is the government saying this? Because when you go, can your master reimburse you? So how much did you pay? Let's say 40,000. How much will the master pay? Or he will only book the tickets for you. And is there a perquisite? But the government says we will exempt it. How many times, guys? Twice in a block of 4 years. But for how many people, guys, will they do it? For 4 people, self plus spouse. For how many children, guys? 2 children. Guys, what if you have 1 single child and then twins? Then for all 5. Guys, but we have twins and then single child, then only for 4. Allowance can you get for all? Yes, but exemption you will get only for 4. This is for shortest route. And flight, which class? Can you book business? Can you get allowance of business also? But exemption you will get only for train, bus, rail, everywhere, first class. No problem. And next, guys, if you can't take a holiday in one block, can you carry it forward? How many can you carry forward? Only one you can carry forward to the first year of the next block. All right. That is LTC. Next, guys. Lunch, tea, and coffee. Thankfully, snacks, tea, and coffee, no perquisite, no tax. Lunch during business hours, dinners during business hours up to 50, no perquisite, no tax. Excess will be taxed if it's above that. And guys, in remote locations, no perquisite, no, because there's no place to eat only there. And outside office hours, guys, 50, no, everything will be taxed. Next, guys. Use of mobile asset. Guys, if you're using the office projector, will it be a perquisite? If it's owned, 10% of original cost. If it's rented, then rent. And guys, what if it's sale? LMG. Guys, you remember LMJ? Laptop, mobile, and journal exception. What is sale of mobile asset? Then in that case, will you calculate WDV? Depreciation rate changes here, guys. For electronic devices with memory, 50%. For motor cars, WDV, and for any other asset. So we'll have to calculate depreciation based on how many years, guys? Completed years. Do you remember? It's slightly different. Completed years. And WDV minus sale price. And will that be the benefit? Except 10 dealers. What is the exception, guys? 10 dealers. That means if you're selling it after 10 years, or if your master is your dealer in these products, then will there be a perquisite? No, guys. Next. Education facility. For slave, no perquisite. For spouse, yes. For children, but you will minus 1,000 per month per child for any number of children. But what if the master selects it or the master runs school? Then charged by similar school and no 1,000 minus. Next, guys. Medical facility in India. Guys, if it's private, taxable, government run, self-run, commissioner approved. No perquisite, no tax. Remember, family here includes clock plus grandparents and siblings, parents, grandparents only if they are dependent. Medical facility for health insurance. No, excellent. Medical facility abroad. STT. Stay, travel, treatment. Will it be exempt? Yes. Let your master pay. You enjoy, no problem, but not taxable except travel. Only if your income, gross total income is up to 2 lakh. This should be within RBI limits and it can also be for +1. Do you remember that? Next, guys. ESOP. Guys, ESOPs in the year of allotment. Do you know what are ESOPs? Employee stock option plan. Guys, if you exercise it, are you going to pay a lesser price? The stock market price is 555. How do you take the market price? Average. If it's not listed, fair market value. And what have you paid? 55. So what is your benefit, guys? 500. Will it be taxed? With which year, guys? Year of allot. And guys, after that, if you sell the shares, cost will be 555 because, guys, that much you already climbed. That much the government is already taxed. Next, guys. Gifts. Guys, if it's gifts and like watch, etc., then up to 5,000, no tax. Above that, fully taxed. If it's gift in cash, fully taxed. Next, guys. Telephone at home, Wi-Fi at home. Paid by master, no perquisite. Life insurance, definitely perquisite, guys. Next, accommodation. Accommodation can be rented. If it's rented, rent paid or payable, or 15%, whichever is lower. If it's owned, 7.5 or 10 or 15, depending on population, up to 10 lakhs. More than 10 lakh up to, and more than 25 lakh. And what if it's a hotel, guys? 15 is replaced by 24%. What if it's furniture? Movable assets. So combine the two and you get furnished accommodation. Guys, what if you have two houses? Up to 90 days, lower value. Above 90 days, higher. Oh, sorry, both. Nice. And guys, in a hotel on transfer, up to 15 days, no problem. All right. And salary definition for accommodation. SAP. In salary, what do you take? Everything except OD and arrears and advance you don't take. Next, A, what do you take? Taxable allowance. And perquisites you don't take except monetary, because you're calculating only perquisites. That's your accommodation, guys. Besides that, additional points. Do you know what is scale? So if you start at 30,000, every year can you increase by 5,000? Till where, guys? This is just an example. You will stop at 50 and then you'll go to the next scale. Is pension taxable? In which head? And guys, will you get deduction also? Yes. Next, guys. Gifts, yes. Gifts received, guys, from your employer. You already discussed that. And guys, relief. Guys, is there any arrears or advance salary? Arrears come from past years, advance come from future years. But are they received this year? Because of this, are you paying some extra tax? Let's say the extra tax this year, guys, previous year is 100. How much extra tax? 100. And in that year, let's say 2-3 years back, what was the tax, extra tax you were paying? 60. So how much extra are you paying? And no mistake of yours. So that will be given as a relief under which section? 89. No, not important, guys, section. But this is 40 rupees, which is a relief which you will get. Besides that, guys, there are retirement benefits. Like what if you retire and you get gratuity or leave salary or retrenchment compensation or VRS. But guys, in the last 5 years or actually 7 years, if you remove any CA inter paper, this has not been asked. So don't waste your time on that. Revise SAP, revise SEP, be very good at it. And that's the end of salaries. Watch this video whenever you want to revise. Thank you so much. Take a break, please.